prove that a current carrying circular loop acts as a magnetic dipole. Okay. So that will be the first derivation we'll be studying here. So current carrying circular loop means, let's draw something like this. So let's say the current is flowing like this. So it's like this. So what does the term represent? Magnetic dipole moment, right? So magnetic moment M. So if the current is going like this, right, this will represent the magnetic dipole moment direction. So this will be this way. So this is my M. Okay, and its current is flowing here I. Okay, so somewhere we have studied in magnetism chapter moving charges. So if the current is in a straight conductor like this, magnetic field will be curling fingers, right? Right hand thumb rule. But in the case of solenoid, what did we study? If the current is going in a curled fashion, then the magnetic field will be straight. So if you had a solenoid like this, the magnetic field will be like this. And to find the direction of magnetic field, right? So what do you mean by direction of magnetic field? The north direction, right? So if the current is going like this, so if I take a circular loop, so if I take a solenoid, so I have shown these experiments for you earlier. So if you take a wire like this and if you fold it like this, right, the current is going this way, plus to minus, then I have to curl it like this. That means this thumb represents the north. Yeah. Okay. So this will be the north. Do you folks remember the dipole moment direction? Which way is it? Plus to minus or minus to plus? It is? No, it is actually minus to plus. Okay, dipole moment direction. Okay. So even here in the magnet, right? So if I take this as north and this as south, it will go like this. So north to south outside, but inside the magnet it will be south to north. Okay, so don't get confused. So here we will be showing like this. Okay, so you should not think that it's north to south. This is something like inside the magnet, which means it will be south to north. Okay, that's the first thing you have to understand. And somewhere in your moving charges, right, we have studied a formula. So V is equal to mu naught by 4 pi I 2 pi a square divided by a square plus x square power 3 by 2. Remember? Very often we use this. Okay. It's always good to have this separately, mu naught by 4 pi. Don't cancel this. Okay. It's easy to remember like this. Okay. You don't remember this? What is this formula? It is for the axial, so magnetic field at an axial point for a circular loop. So that's what we are talking about. So we are talking about a circular loop, and we have to prove that it has got a magnetic dipole. Okay, so at a given point, let's say I have a point here. So I want to find the magnetic field here. So I'm going to start with this because I already know this from moving charges chapter. It's a very simple derivation. So what is pi into a squared? Pi a squared is, this is radius a. That means pi a squared will be area. So capital A is area, right? Then I'm going to say that this x distances, I'm going to take it as r. Right? From the center, this is my r. And then this a, I'm going to say a is very, very small. So a is very, very small compared to r. Okay? And x is equal to r. That means this will go away because a itself is very small. So a square will be even more smaller. Which means this side, if I substitute r here, it will be r squared. And this 2 and 2 will cancel. And then it will be r cube. Okay. So have you studied any formula for magnetic moment? from your previous chapter. Mia, remember? So I told you it's easy to remember. So M is equal to IA. That is for one loop. So suppose if I have 100 loops, I have to multiply by 100. So instead of Mia, I can call it as Nia. So if you remember like that, it's easy. Okay. So either I will be using this or this. Mia or Nia. So I into A becomes magnetic moment. Okay. M. So I think we must have done some kind of derivation for that. You can go back and check. But for now, we can use the formula. So this is my 2m by r cube. So that's all. So this derivation is over. But you have to make a small. So by this result, we are going to say that this is the current carrying circular loop acts as a magnetic dipole. What is magnetic dipole? Electric dipole means minus q and plus q separated by a small distance. What is magnetic dipole? North and south separated by a small distance. That's all, right? So instead of minus q and plus q, you have north and south. That is what is called magnetic dipole. Okay, just to confuse you, instead of calling it as simple bar magnet, we call it as a technical name, which is magnetic dipole. Okay, so don't get confused. So magnetic dipole is equal to bar magnet. Okay. So all the side notes, take it out separately, take it down separately. Okay. So don't get confused with the actual derivation here. For the electric dipole moment, right? The very first chapter, somewhere we did a derivation. Electric field E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p by r cube. Anybody remember that? 2p by r cube. That is along the axial line or along the equatorial line? Axial line. So along the axial line, it was 2p by r cube, right? And along the equatorial line, p by r cube. The 2 will not be coming there, right? So if you compare this and that, in place of p, what is p there? What is p? Electric dipole moment, right? So electric dipole moment. So electric dipole moment P is equal to 2ql, right? And then we said that for axial line, we found that E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, and then we said something like 2p by r cube. Okay. So if I compare this and this, I'm going to say this is for electric dipole. So for electric dipole, I'm getting an electric field on the axial line using this formula, and this is my magnetic field. So instead of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, I have mu naught by 4 pi. So instead of epsilon naught coming in the bottom, here the mu naught will appear in the top. Okay. So but this is a constant. So this is for the electric stuff, it is a constant here. What is epsilon naught? Permittivity. Okay. How much the electric lines can flow through the medium. Okay. The same thing here. Mu naught is permeability. Okay. How much the magnetic lines can flow into the medium. Okay. Suppose if I keep a magnet here, maybe it can flow very easily. The lines will be very stronger. But suppose if I fill this with sand, will the magnetic effect be the same? Probably it won't be the same. So depending upon the medium, the lines, how much it can flow in will be different. You following what I'm saying? So that means this is mu naught refers to, naught means nothing. That means it is vacuum. Okay. So epsilon naught means nothing. Okay. But if I add some other medium, then I have to put the mu value for that particular medium. Okay. Either sand or water or whatever gas you are using. So that value should be. Okay. Coming back, no, I don't want to confuse you too much. So basically, I am going to say that comparing this with E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2p by r cube for electric dipole. for electric dipole, we can say that the current carrying circular loop acts as a magnetic dipole. Because from my electric dipole you got that one, so from a magnetic dipole I will be getting this one. You can say that current carrying loop will act as a magnetic dipole. Comparing, or you can say by symmetry, right? So these things are side notes, okay? Only if you understand this, you will understand why we are writing it like this. So take down the side one separately, but for your question, you should answer only this part. This is the first derivation. Any doubts in this first derivation?